you're just not going to get paid. To maintain our strong reputation, we must now align with new and stricter quality and eligibility requirements. I'm so outraged by what we just read. They have just designated multiple different ways that they are now going to take monetization and they're going to keep it. Holy crap. All right, so this was the email that one of you passed along. So this was one of those automated emails that went to the Landr users. Dear user, at Landr Distribution, we've always worked closely with our streaming platform partners to give your music the best chance to be heard and succeed. As these platforms evolve, so do their standards. To maintain our strong reputation and ensure continued access for our artists, we must now align with new and stricter quality and eligibility requirements. Okay. What's changing? We were recently informed that certain types of content are no longer eligible for monetization or distribution on user-generated content platforms and fingerprinting platforms, including YouTube Content ID, TikTok, Facebook, and Meta. Okay, so it sounds like UGC, user-generated content, is talking about social media and content ID on YouTube. We've removed ineligible content and content flagged for potentially fraudulent activity. We've begun tightening our content verification process, which may cause temporary delays when delivering releases to certain platforms or regions. Oh, that's interesting. We'll come back to that. That's interesting. New requirements for UGC and fingerprinting platforms. So you guys, I mean, we keep hearing the fingerprinting platforms. This is like Suno, Udio. They're now tracking your music that you make on those platforms. And then that way, other places that use the fingerprinting, which is like social media, a lot of these social media platforms use it. They're going to probably use it to disclose that you made it with AI. They're going to track you either way. So they're just calling it fingerprinting platforms now. New requirements for the fingerprinting platform. These changes only affect monetization on UGC and fingerprinting platforms, which is currently YouTube, Content ID, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. Here's what you need to know. Monetization on these platforms will now be highly curated and therefore only available to Landr Distribution Pro and Studio subscribers. Also, Landr's only going to monetize whoever is a part of their Distribution Pro and Studio. If you're on a free or Distribution Basic plan, you'll need to upgrade your subscription to access monetization on these specific platforms. This sounds just like Spotify's you need 1,000 plays to get paid. So now they're doing just what these other companies are doing, where they go, no, you have to meet the certain threshold of how much money you pay to us before we're going to release your royalties to you. Holy crap. Content may now be ineligible for monetization on UGC and fingerprinting platforms if it is fully AI generated, if it contains non-exclusively licensed elements such as samples, beats, instrumentals that you do not exclusively own the rights to. Okay, so this is where you're not going to get monetization either way. So they have basically here, they say, this is the ways that you're going to be cut out if you're on the free or the basic plan. We're going to keep your monetization. And this is the way that they say that you're just ineligible altogether if you create something that is AI. So this is a very anti-AI artist kind of thing. And then also, if your music contains non-exclusively licensed elements. Okay. Sounds like you're using Splice. So if you're using Splice, which are non-exclusive licenses for your music, you will not be able to have any of your stuff monetized on any of these platforms. I'm so outraged by what we just read because they have just designated multiple different ways that they are now going to take monetization that was earned by their users and they're going to keep it. That's what that just said. And so every single music producer who uses a licensed sample would fall into one of these categories where now you're just not going to get paid. We are actively reviewing previously distributed tracks to ensure they meet the updated standards. Some existing releases may lose eligibility. You may lose your right to monetize. Please note, any sign of fraudulent activity can lead to revoked access to these platforms. Need a review? If you believe any of your releases have been incorrectly flagged or removed, first review our eligibility requirements. If your release meets all of these requirements, you can request a review by us. Just put in a ticket. You know how many complaints just this week I have gotten from our community here on they are trying to get in a hold of Landr, and Landr will not respond. Wow. All right, so look, another update from Landr, and we don't know, are they going to make an actual announcement? This was just an email. We don't know who all received this email, but at least one of their users did, and they sent it to us. So drop a comment down below. Let us know what you think.